Welcome back once again. Okay, so that treasure chest I couldn't find on the way up, I was just on the wrong little ledge. I took a left and went over here and it wasn't there. It was actually, I was up a little bit too high. It was right there. So it was really bothering me. I went back to go find it and there it was, right where it should be. Alright folks, so from the tower, we're actually going to head up the main road here now that we have our map. And there's two locations I'm going to pin. First one being the Southern Mines, which it's not marked yet, but when we get there it will be. Then, of course, Goron City, which is this little complex of buildings and whatnot here. So I'll just mark that spot right about there. Alright, folks, make sure you have, not stealth, but a fireproof elixir working for you. I'm actually going to detour from the main road here just for a second. And, I'm going to show you guys where there's a Korok seed up here, as well as some possibly some smotherwing butterflies. And they're really hard to spot because you got all this floaty stuff in the air. This ash, I guess, is what it's supposed to be. Now, we're in a new region, so there's going to be new monsters. So for you picture takers out there, you're going to have these fire pebblets, or whatever they're called. And I do take the time to normally kill those because they will sometimes drop rubies. Kind of like the ones up in the snow region will drop sapphires. Sometimes you'll get lucky and get rubies from those guys. Okay, so don't forget your luminous stones. And I'm looking for a false wall in the water here. Really hard to see because it's really misty. But it's right about here. Okay, so there we are on the map. Okay, and there should be a fire breath Lizzle coming up somewhere. There he is. Always take the time to get your red tails from those guys. You're going to need those for suit upgrades here in a bit. Okay, so just continue on this little ledge or whatever you want to call it. And right about now, there's going to be a Ignito Talus or whatever, Igneo Talus. And it's basically a stone talus that's on fire. So if you guys are interested in killing it and taking a picture of it, just shoot it with a fire or an ice arrow once it gets up and gets moving, you know. Just lob an ice arrow at it and it'll kind of extinguish it, it'll fall down. And then you can climb aboard and let the thrashing begin. Okay, so once you get into this area, walk, don't run. I'll show you guys where there's some nifty little spots here. I say walk, don't run with your stealth on because we need 10 Fireproof Lizards. And they're around, so just make sure that you get all of them by, you know, walking around carefully. Now, I like to come up here for the gemstones and the fire bats for some more materials, so I can get that snow quill set upgraded. And that takes a lot of those fire bat wings, or fire kezi wings, or whatever they're called. I don't know why they couldn't just call them bats. Okay, so my elixir just ran out on me here. So, what I like to do, and you can do this however you want, but this is the Southern Mine. I like to turn the yellow rune on from time to time, pick up every rock, spam the A button when you do, because just about every rock has a lizard underneath it, as you can see here. And you also see these lizards just kind of outstanding around as well. But every rock has a fireproof lizard. So you should be able to scrounge up way more than 10. But I just say get whatever you can find here in the Southern Mines. Because this is another key ingredient you're going to need, not only for suit upgrades, but also for cooking fireproof elixirs. And of course you got some more gemstones here in the Southern Mine. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and cut off the lizard hunt here. Looks like I got one more rock, unless I already picked it up. No, I did not. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so why did we need 10 fireproof lizards? Talk to old boy here just walking around with a helmet on. And he's going to give you a free piece of fireproof armor. And he wants 10 lizards in exchange for it. So there you go, Flamebreaker. Go ahead and equip that bad boy right now. That way you don't have to worry about your... you don't have to worry about your elixir running out on you anymore. Okay, so one of these guys, Greason, I think it's this one. When it's time for Terrytown, that's the guy we'll have to talk to. And you can only talk to him at night when he's taking a break over there by that cooking pot we just passed. Just wanted to point him out now for a later reference. Oh, and there's a cave here. It's of note, of value. It's got some gemstones in there. Just do be careful because it is rather tight quarters in there. But, right here you got a little cave. Really cool. Really good gemstones in here as well as some more fire bats. So I usually just kind of like to draw them out a little bit. That way they're... Well, unfortunately it looks like it's going to happen anyway. Their materials end up in the lava 9 times out of 10, which is unfortunate, but either way, good gemstones, good materials, sometimes. And that cave will kind of dump you out, I don't know, right back around here somewhere, and there's another Korok seed. You step on a pedestal on this skull. Let's go ahead and stamp it for you guys. And you push the pedestal and it ends up like way over here somewhere to get to the Ring of Lights. Okay, but just for the sake of time on my video here, I'm going to move along. Again, anytime you see a little round puddle, that's another Korok seed. Just look for some boulders set around somewhere and push the boulders down into the little puddle and you'll get your Korok seed. I think there's another one up here. I'm not going to go around and get all these. I'm just pointing them out for you guys because some of you guys still want your Korok seeds out there. Okay, I think that might be it for now. If I come across any more, I'll be sure and stamp them and point them out. Okay, moving right along here. I like to take this updraft just for quick travel. And we got 2 more fire Lizals coming up. And you got some pretty decent bows down here as well from these guys. That's a royal bow equivalent. Steel Lizal bow there. Good gemstones here usually. Okay, and this guard tower has a couple of treasure chests which are of value. I think one's going to be a weapon, a stone smasher, or whatever that's called, a boulder breaker. Can't remember which is which, but I think it's a stone smasher. So don't forget to kill your moblins here. Get your guts or moblin guts or whatever materials you need. And unfortunately, ice arrows aren't going to do you a whole lot of good here. Yeah, it's going to freeze your foe, but not for very long. He's going to thaw out pretty quick. Okay, so you're going to have yourself 3 treasure chests up here. Did I already stamp that? Yeah, apparently I did. I think 2 gemstones and 1 weapon, if memory serves. Ooh, that's attack power up. I love my attack up on these things. Might as well tech refresh my weaponry while I'm at it. Okay, so a weapon and a shield. And I believe a gemstone. Yep, topaz. Okay, so moving right along. Once again, I'm going to find an updraft here. Oh, there's also another Korok seed down the way there. I'll go ahead and show that to you since we're on the subject here. I just gotta locate it. I think I already passed it. I think it's right below that bad boy tower there. Or maybe it's a treasure chest. I honestly can't remember. Treasure chest. Can never have enough ice arrows. Okay, so we're almost to Goron City here. And for those of you Zelda fans out there who have played all the games, a typical Death Mountain welcome, you're going to have some, I don't know what they're called, flame balls or lava puddles shooting out from Death Mountain, coming, boulders, I guess you can call them, coming down to attack Link here in a moment. And that's going to happen right there where this little overhang is, so I usually just like to kind of run under there and you're at least shielded from any falling boulders. So just get right under this thing here, right next to this lit torch, and you should be fine. Okay, so once that's all done, just continue on up path here. Now there are quite a lot of Korok seeds in the area. I'm kind of done Korok seed chopping in my game, but some of you out there might still want Korok seeds, so I'll go by the convenient ones and point those out as I go. Okay, so just like every other Death Mount or Divine Beast type city or village, you're always going to get roared at by the Divine Beast when you come within range. Now, I always recommend talk to everybody, read everything. Just a lot more fun. You'll have a better gaming experience if you do that. So the very first thing I always do when I approach a new town or village is always talk to the village elder. That'll unlock some of the other things there will be to do in town. Alright, so that'll activate that main quest there for you. Goddess statue in town is right here by the Elder. I don't think I have enough doohickeys yet. And I'm going to take you guys to the shrine. We can go ahead and get that warp portal activated. And then we will have an easy way in and out of Goron City. And I'm just continuing to pick up every rock because you might find some more lizards. Also, there's pots that you should be picking up and breaking just to see what you might get. Usually rupees or something. Those were dead. Duds. Alright, so here's our shrine. And that'll conclude this segment of video. When we come back, we'll go ahead and handle Goron City, and then we'll move along for the Divine Beast.